a very happy holiday.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dedido. Always open, always local.
Coming up on Primetime, a man is found dead after going crabbing in Pagat overnight. Also tonight, multiple sex abuse cases against the Catholic Church go before the local court. And lawmakers wrap up session passing major bond borrowing bills. Nestor Locanto shows you which measure did not make the cut.
Half a day, everybody, and good evening. I'm Jason Salas alongside Sabrina Salas-Matanani, and we lead off tonight's broadcast with tragedy over in Pagat as a man is dead after going crabbing overnight. A family friend has identified the hunter to be Gerard Cabana.
Police say Cabana lost his way in the jungle area. Rescue teams were able to find him, but he didn't survive. KUAM's Nick Delgado spoke with Cabana's friend who was with him during his final moments.
Man, I feel really bad. I don't know. Right now, I just so much going through my head right now. I just feel so bad losing a good friend.
It was a late-night, last-minute crabbing venture in Pagat gone wrong.
He wanted to go crab hunting and everything like that, and I told him, okay, I'll go with you. Because he doesn't like to go in there by himself.
Frank Manila was with his longtime friend Gerard Cabana around 10 o'clock Monday night. The pair trekking through the jungles in Manilao.
When we were in there, we just got kind of lost. We were back there, supposed to be back there for about an hour. But, when my watch went off, it went off at 12, and that's when I noticed that we were back there too long already.
Frank says it was after they got their catch and on the way back up that he said his friend grew exhausted and needed water. So Frank went ahead, got the water, but when he returned, his friend was nowhere to be found.
There was no response. I kept calling his name, no response. So that's when I came back out and I asked my father to call 911, call the rescue team, see if they can come in and help me find him.
Emergency responders spent the early morning hours looking for Gerard, but by the time they got to him, it was already too late.
I'm really extend my condolences to the family for their loss, and I'm saddened to hear that it happened here in Manila.
Mayor Alan Gata is familiar with the potential dangers anyone could face when doing outdoor activities in this part of his village.
There's been incidents in the past, and I strongly urge a lot of, necessary precautions.
A word of caution that Frank says he now takes seriously. He offers this advice to others so that what happened to his friend doesn't happen to anyone else.
You guys are going to go out there and always have at least maybe 3 of you. That way, if anything should happen, one can stay with the person that's injured and the other can go find help. Try not to go out with just 2 guys, and make sure you have a lot of water. Try to mark the jungle. Try to mark it as the best you can.
Meantime, Frank's heart weighs heavy after losing his friend, who he considers to be family.
It's more like a brother to me, man. We were very tight. I just want to tell the family I'm sorry, man, that things turned out the way it did.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guahu Nick Delgado.
An autopsy for Cabana has been scheduled for tomorrow afternoon, and if his name may sound familiar to you, KUAM News archives do show that Cabana was the alcohol beverage control officer arrested in the year 2009, at the time accused of trying to extort money from a karaoke club in Tumon. He was also fired from the airport in 2005 for stealing money in an apparent airport parking lot scam, but a jury found him not guilty in that matter.
Now to some intense images sent to our newsroom of a serious car crash in Hagåtña today. A woman is rushed to the hospital after this crash near the Hagåtña boat basin. It happened around 12:28 p.m. along Marine Corps Drive. Police are investigating how it happened, but the images show the car severely damaged, the front end also appearing to be nearly taken off. Authorities say the driver was the only one inside the car and was taken to GMH to be treated for injuries. She was last listed in stable condition.
Well, our next report is proof that clergy sex abuse cases are not isolated to the Archdiocese of Hagåtña. A pastor at the Lighthouse Baptist Church is the latest to stand accused, as Crystal Paco explains.
Pastors get tempted too. These words reportedly from Renato Capilli Bossi, better known as Pastor Ray of Lighthouse Baptist Church. The 57-year-old man was arrested 2 months ago and faces multiple criminal sexual conduct and child abuse charges. According to court documents, the alleged victim is a 14-year-old girl who stayed with the pastor when her mother was away and her father was sick. The girl reportedly telling police Bossi was, quote, a father figure to her. Though the alleged abuse started last year, the girl reportedly didn't tell her parents out of fear for their health. The pastor allegedly touched the girl's butt and genitals on several occasions, kissed her on the lips, and sent private messages to her, which he also instructed her to delete. He also allegedly told the girl to break up with her boyfriend, quote, because her lips were only his, end quote. The victim finally came around to reporting the incidents to her parents earlier this year because she became suicidal and stressed out. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
To date, close to 150 clergy sexual abuse lawsuits have been filed in the local courts and federal courts. While a majority have showed interest in settlement, there could be some deal breakers ahead.
Well, the local court is giving those uncertain parties a deadline to figure it out or head to trial. Once again, here's Crystal.
Will majority of the clergy's sexual abuse lawsuits be settled out of court? That depends if parties can agree on pre-mediation protocol. The court during a status hearing on Tuesday hoping to push parties along. Superior Court Judge Michael Bordallo.
The reality is dates tend to get people to move.
That day is January 16. By then, you're committed to settlement or you prepare for trial. Church attorney John Terlahi reporting the majority appear to be agreeable to pre-mediation terms.
95% of the cases are involved in this pre-mediation.
The remaining plaintiffs, Terlahi reports, are the 11 represented by attorney Anthony Perez.
It's not that we're not on board. It's just that we've been working on it for 4 months. We've had meetings in Hawaii, meetings in Minnesota, nonstop emails, and from 3 months ago till today, or 4 months ago till today, nothing's been accomplished.
So what appears to be the deal breaker?
The biggest issue is whether it's going to be an individual mediation or there's going to be a group mediation. The one group stays out and doesn't want to do the mediation, and they insist on an individual mediation, and so be it.
Judge Bordallo advised parties he'd lift a partial stay for those who couldn't meet in the middle on terms.
What I will do is then I will order the parties that are not going forward, at least or don't have an agreement, by mid-January to submit a scheduling order. You can't hold back a portion of the plaintiffs because they're not participating in the mediation and say you have to wait until the mediation is done with everybody else. It puts the defendants certainly in an interesting situation, but there's nothing we can do about that. You have all these plaintiffs, and that's the way it has to be, I think.
Other plaintiffs' attorneys, meanwhile, reporting settlement is likely. Attorney Michael Berman and attorney Kevin Fowler.
I'm optimistic, cautiously, that all this will go according to plan. We will be in mediation by March. So if it's not March, it will be shortly thereafter, April and May.
My group is very flexible on the points that have been a sticking point.
Okay, so...
and we feel we can work it out.
We negotiated mediation in good faith. We submitted a joint plaintiff's proposal, which was rejected. If the other parties are fine bending on issues, then to go for the mediation, then that's up to them. And just to be clear, we're not foreclosing the possibility of mediation.
Parties who do agree to pre-mediation terms will get to work as early as January. Attorney Patrick Seville is the local attorney for the Boy Scouts of America Aloha Council.
The last instructions I've had from our lead counsel are that we should, part of the mediation protocol will involve taking sworn statements or mini depositions from plaintiffs. And they've advised me that we need to start gearing those up to begin in January.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Let's stay in court for our next story now, as attorney Jackie Terlahi argued her motion to dismiss the libel and slander suit against her client, Archbishop Anthony Apparan.
There are only two particular statements that the court needs to review. That's the statement that was issued on May 17th and May 31st. Both statements were issued in response to the plaintiff's placing themselves in the public forum via a press conference. And so we provided the standard for the court to look at in terms of whether or not a defamatory statement exists.
Though defense argues Apparan, who stands 4 times accused of clergy sex abuse, was simply denying the allegations, plaintiff's attorney Delia Wolf disagrees.
Mere statements of denial, these go beyond that in claiming that the plaintiffs are liars and in a conspiracy with the concerned Catholics.
Judge Michael Bordallo has taken the matter under advisement. A decision will be issued within 90 days.
Lawmakers wrapped up this month's session by passing a pair of major borrowing bills, but voting down a measure that would fundamentally alter the local election process. Nestor Lecanto reports.
Getting the most attention was a Port Authority bond bill. Senators spent the better part of 6 days slicing and dicing the measure. In the end, it passed by a vote of 11-3. Sponsor Senator Frank Uggan Jr. called the approval of a $72.6 million bond for facility improvements great news for the port. Senators also gave the nod to the Power Authority's proposal to refund its current $150 million bond to save about $415,000 a year in interest. Another high-profile bill was Senator Joe S. San Augustine's bid to save taxpayer money by precluding the Election Commission from conducting primaries.
You all agree that the primary election is a party election, and the party should step up and do their part. And the people of Guam shouldn't be paying for what they should be doing. And that was the main thrust of this bill.
But several senators, including Mary Torres and Jim Espaldon, argue that while well-intended without further work, San Augustine's bill might do more harm than good.
But ultimately, abolishing a primary election, although it will not necessarily result in a runoff gubernatorial election, it will increase the probability and negate any initial cost savings achieved by eliminating the primary.
I think there's still a lot of questions that need to be answered and a lot of issues that need to be scrutinized before we can pass on this type of election reform, and I don't think we've done that just yet.
The measure was defeated by a vote of 9-4, with 2 senators excused. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Please stick around, everybody. We are back with much more after this.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
We value relationships because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
we are in it for the long run, so you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, we never stop caring. Calvo's Select Care, health care that is always there for you. Federal employees and annuitants enroll today.
2017 is rapidly coming to an end, and the big finish is on now. At Cars Plus in Mighty, get big year-end savings on a big selection of new 2017 Ram trucks, Jeep Wranglers, Dodge Challengers, and all Fiat models. Plus, buy from Cars Plus today and receive a Cars Plus value card, where you get 21 cents off per gallon at all Shell stations. Big savings and 21 cents off per gallon with a Cars Plus value card when you buy during a big finish at Cars Plus in Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
When you know what you want and you want it great, look no further than Ruby Tuesday's new Steakhouse Sensations menu. Choose from a 20-ounce dry aged prime bone-in ribeye or an 8-ounce filet mignon tenderloin. Either steak seared to your preference and served with 2 specialty sides like Denancy mashed potatoes, grilled asparagus, or roasted Brussels sprouts. Enjoy surf and turf and add a succulent lobster tail or tender grilled salmon fillet to complete your meal. This plus a whole lot more. It's Steakhouse Sensations for a limited time and only at Ruby Tuesday Guam.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Welcome back. The federal government is on island to investigate a herbicide known as Agent Orange, sprayed here decades ago.
A breather meeting with local vets follows a similar discussion they recently had in the state of Hawaii. Our Carmen Terlahi has our next report.
Agent Orange is said to have been used during the Vietnam War.
Brian Lepore, Director of Defense Capabilities and Management, flew from D.C. to investigate its use on Guam.
We received a request from several members of Congress, including Congresswoman Bodillo, and she and the other members are interested in what is known about what the U.S. government knows about the manufacture, distribution, transportation, and use of Agent Orange.
A meeting was held Tuesday afternoon at the Veterans Center in Hagåtña. The U.S. Government Accountability Office met with veterans to discuss how the herbicide was really used.
How it was used on Guam?
Well, I can't directly answer that right now. We are still doing the work, but let me tell you what I can say.
Okay.
We are about halfway through the work. We are conducting field work here in Guam this week. What I can say is we continue to look and at all locations, to include the locations here on Guam, and we will see what we find.
Although the meeting was just for veterans, civilians say that Agent Orange was sprayed on Guam. A veteran himself, he remembers being only a child in the early 70s and playing near the sprayed pipes. According to him, the public should be informed.
They should admit it. Stop the denying and I don't understand it. I mean, maybe we do because that's the federal government. But it's unfair. And I'm a patriot. I love my country, but damn you for doing that, for poisoning me, just like these other veterans.
Another meeting will be held for veterans at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Lepore says the full congressional report should be available to the public by May 2018. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Terlahi.
Public Works didn't follow through in securing the rebuilding of Simon Sanchez High School. In light of multiple protests, the Guam Department of Education testified in support of Bill 204 today. The measure would make DOE the sole leader in the procurement process. DOE Superintendent John Fernandez spoke out before senators this afternoon with conditions to support the bill.
DOE cannot do this alone. We would ask that the bill be amended to require participation of GITA, DPW, GIPA, and land management to provide technical assistance as needed. We want to ensure that we can access the technical expertise of our fellow agencies to finalize the scope of services and conduct the accompanying evaluation, particularly in the areas of design, construction, and finance.
A public hearing is ongoing this hour at Simon Sanchez High School in Chico.
In other island news headlines, they'll be home for Christmas. Actually, 5 happy homeowners will be in brand new homes for Christmas as they cut the ribbon on the new houses in Estumbo up in Dedido that are part of GURA's affordable housing program.
These people that you see in front of us, these smiling faces, the people who are going to get into affordable homes, they've waited a long time, and they've earned it. They've deserved it.
It's been a long wait, and I'm just so excited that we get to move in before Christmas. So it's kind of like a Christmas blessing for me to have a baby and moving into a new house.
We're so excited to move in maybe this month, and we're excited to let our kids to see the house, the actual house.
The 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom homes cost only $160,000. The Calvo administration says more than 2,000 affordable homes have been built towards their goal of 3,000.
It's that time of the year for the annual Pork in the Park Cook-Off. Department of Agriculture's Jane Diaz says 101 feral pigs were caught during this past weekend's pig hunting derby. Now the catch will be used for this weekend's cooking competition. If you'd like to join in on the action, call their office, the number 735-0294. It is sure to be a fun family event that will be held from 12 in the afternoon to 4 at the Epau Beach Park. Again, that's this Saturday.
We got sports coming up after the break and tonight's birthday shout-outs. Stay tuned.
Managing our wireless data used to drive my family crazy. But now that we've switched to GTA and get all that bonus data, we're spreading the love. You sure you don't mind the wait, honey?
Take your time. I'm good.
But we're missing the game.
Nope. I've got bonus data from GTA. Come and watch.
Love it.
Get 10 extra gigs of wireless data on every line every month when you bundle. Visit gta.net for more details.
A wise man once said,
that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. You don't always see that 10% coming when you get hurt or feel the devastation. For over 40 years, Alpha Insurers reacts quickly for you to provide you with peace of mind. Always. Alpha Insurers. Protecting your good things in life.
Warm up with the new Peking pork. Delicious crisp pork chop bites with hand-cut bell peppers and onions, wok-tossed in a sweet and sour glaze. New at Panda Express, where good fortune smiles.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Half a day, Tata, Marianas, Guausi, Chris, Montes, Tuesday. Coming up, we go running in and check out some of my pui-puis playing the volleyball. But first, let's kick it off with a little Masakata soccer. The Masakata, Guam's women's national football team, playing in its first FIFA international friendly match since 2004, when the team takes on Singapore at the Jalan Besar Stadium in Singapore, December 9th. The team leaves December 6th for a short training camp in Singapore before the match on the 9th. Kickoff time for the match, 7:30 p.m. We're grateful to have been afforded this opportunity, as these types of matches are few and far between for many women's teams, Guam head coach Belinda Wilson said. In addition to many of the familiar names who have been on the women's squad in previous years, they've identified several up-and-coming players who have shown the drive and skill set to potentially succeed at the senior national level. They like to integrate these players into the senior national program and create sustainability and depth to the program, as we've laid out in the 4-year strategic plan for the Masakata. Singapore time and internet live stream availability has been requested with the Football Association of Singapore. GFA will announce a live stream link, if any, through its website and social media platforms before the match. None of the players called up for this match were featured on the team that played in Guam's previous FIFA International Women's Friendly in 2004. In 2004, Guam also played against Singapore in Singapore, with the home team winning 2-0. Ranadim! In volleyball news, the Chukis Youth Volleyball League wrapped up play at the Tamuning Gym. This was the 6th year the event was held, thanks to Blackie Comis and the Tamuning Mayor's Office. There were 8 boys and 6 girls teams this year, mostly from the FSM community. Games played weekly, lasting about a month. Defending champions Paata Tupunyan, with a 5-2 record, took on St. John, who entered the game at 3-4. Paata Tupunyan led 4-1 to get the game started, but fell behind 7-5 as the set went on. St. John led by as many as 4 points as last year's champs. They struggled to return balls. The set was tied 9 different times before St. John's jumped out to a 22-21 lead, looking to close out the set. PT tied the set at 22 and never trailed after regaining the lead for the 25-23 first set win. The defending champs continue their dominant play at the net in the second set, pulling off the win in 2 straight to successfully defend their title for 2017. Alexandria Loyola surprised the finals field of 16 bowlers by finishing top seed after the 6-game qualifier. She then went on to claim the 2017 Triple J Guam Youth Bowler of the Year title by way of a 168+64 to 188+16 set over second seed Frank Metabusen Jr. Loyola finished the 6-game series with a 1350 total behind her 386 pins of handicap, averaging 151 pins, scratch, along with winning all 6 match play games. Matabusen submitted a 1166 scratch total for a 1312 tally, followed by Naya Timinglo. All right, thank you so much for watching. Marianas, Guausi, Chris, Esta, adios!
I had a dream.
I walked into a dealership, picked out a new car, gave them no money, and they're letting me drive it for free the next 3 months.
At Nissan Guam, your dream has become a reality during the premier year-end event. For the holidays, you can drive away a new Nissan with no money down and not make a payment for the next 3 months. It's on the house. No money down. We make your first 3 payments. Just sign and drive away. For details, stop by Nissan Upper Tumon or log on NissanGuam.com.
Say hello to the widest 4G LTE network in the Marianas. Guam, Saipan, Tinian, and Rota. When your passion goes beyond your island, choose a plan that takes you further. With Docomo Pacific's My Plans, you can do a lot throughout the Marianas. 20 gigs for $79 or 30 gigs for $99. All the data you need to connect, share, and make all your ideas happen. Dream big, reach higher with My Plans. Docomo Pacific, better together.
All 2017 models must go during Triple J Auto Group's Big Deal 2017 Inventory Blowout. We're making room for our 2018 models. That's right, all-out blowout sale. Thousands off on all 2017 Hondas, Acuras, Fords, Mazdas, Lincolns, Volvos, and Kias. Now is the time to check out the largest selection of brands on Guam. See PDN and post ads for details. Every customer receives a free gift. Stop by today or visit us online at triplejguam.com and trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. Triple J, 33 years of putting customers first.
We got to close out this newscast the best way know how, giving love to some of tonight's birthday shout-outs.
Happy birthday to Stella. This goes out to Stella Robillard. You light up our world. Say Mommy, Daddy, Mason, RJ, Grandma, and Grandpa. And a belated birthday wish tonight going out to David Anthony Rosario. Happy 18th birthday to a fun, loving, spunky Pokemon master. We love you from your family.
The 4th week.
You can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. You actually caught us when we were talking to our friends over on Instagram.
We're talking about Star Wars,
Star
actually.
Wars, right.
Plus, by the way, we want to mention everybody, speaking of Instagram Live, check us out on social media, on Twitter, on Snapchat, and Instagram tomorrow, because we have a really, really cool promotion how you can win a pair of tickets to go watch Star Wars The Last Jedi. That's tomorrow. As for right now, Health, Home, and Lifestyle is coming up next.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.